Navigating through this resource, one thing you'll want to look at is the tabs along the bottom. Each tab is a different sheet. You can click on it to view the sheet. There are more to the right. You can get there by clicking on the arrow, or you can scroll with your mouse or trackpad. If there are any sheets that you prefer to be in a different order, you can click and hold and simply move them by dragging. If you don't want to see these sheets anymore, you can click on the drop down and select Hide Sheet. One important button to keep in mind is the Undo button, which is the backward arrow located in the top left of the toolbar. Anytime you make a mistake or do something that you didn't mean to do, just click this button and it will undo your last action. Load up the comment bank with your own comments. Now, if you're doing this for the first time, this step is going to take you the longest because you're putting in the hard work of writing your comments now so that you can do it at lightning speed later on. The comment bank is already preloaded with a lot of different examples and comments for each subject area. You can keep those in, you could delete them all, you can pick and choose. It's totally up to you. If you want to change any of the comments, just click in the correct column, delete, and then type what you want your comment to be. Now, up in this gray bar, there is a formatting example so that you'll know how that comment will be formatted. So for example, for the introduction, it is going to insert the student's name, and then your comment would appear here, followed by a period. So you don't need to worry about punctuation. So let's say I want to say, student's name is a pleasure to have in class. So same thing with the positive comment that comes next. It will be the pronoun followed by is a blank and blank student who blank. So it might say he is a creative and dynamic student who follows classroom rules and routines. Of course, you could delete all of these if you didn't like any of them and totally start from scratch. You can pick and choose and just keep adding. There is room for 100 different comments in each column, so you can really fill this up so that each comment sounds individual and is written in your own words. If there are subject areas that you don't teach or that you do not write comments for, you can easily hide those columns so it's not taking up space on your screen. To do that, you click on the drop down next to the appropriate column and select Hide Column. So if I want to get rid of science, I am just going to hide any of the science columns, and now I don't see them anymore. There is one column labeled Other. This can be just as a message or reminder that you wish to include on students' report cards. It could also be for a different subject that's not listed here. If you teach spelling or a foreign language, you can just change this to say whatever you want. All of this is completely editable, and then you can delete these and write your own comments below. All of this step is to fill your comment bank with a wide variety of comments so that you have a lot of different options to pull from as you're filling in your comments later on. We're going to navigate to the Students tab, and here is where you will enter in your student's first name, last name, and preferred pronoun. Anytime you change the information located on this sheet, it will automatically change everywhere else. So if your student has a nickname or a change of name or pronouns, this is the place you'll want to do that. Grading period from the tabs here at the bottom. The default is 4 grading periods, but if you don't have that, you can edit this to make it match your school schedule. So for example, if you only have 3 and you're on trimesters, you can just click on the 4th one that you don't need and hide that sheet so it's out of the way. You can also rename these if you'd like by, again, clicking the drop down and choosing rename. So maybe I want to call this trimester 1. You can do whatever works best for you. So now we're ready to actually write your report card comments. The great thing is that they're already written. You did all the hard work and the comments are in the comment bank ready to be generated. So all you need to do is start with whatever student you like. Let's start with Taylor. and we are going to move our way from left to right across the screen and select comments appropriate for that student. Clicking on the drop down, selecting the comment, and then you'll notice underneath it will automatically turn into that complete sentence, including a capital letter, the student's name, and punctuation. When you click on the drop-down menu, you'll see all of these that are right from your comment bank. So if you see something that you don't want, you can go back to your comment bank and delete it. If there are words that you think you want to add, you can again just go right to your comment bank and add it. Once you have selected all of the drop-downs, again, it makes that great sentence for you. Keep in mind that you don't need to choose a comment for every single dropdown. For example, maybe the student is doing fantastically well in math and we don't have a grow for this quarter. That's fine, just leave it blank. You can also change what you have simply by clicking on it and selecting a different option. If you want to reset it or clear it out totally, you are going to make sure that the box is selected. You'll see the blue rectangle along the outside of it, and just hit the delete or backspace key on your keyboard. If there is a subject area that you don't teach and you don't need to comment on, you can hide those columns by clicking on the drop-down arrow and choosing Hide Column. So if I don't teach science, I don't need to see any of these science columns. It will not alter my final comment, but I don't have it taking up room on my screen. If there are any comments that are very specific to a student, for example, IEP goals or 504 plans, this is a great place to enter it. You'll see that it says type any additional comments for the student's name in the box below. You're going to type a complete sentence and it will be inserted into your final comment. Your way all the way to the right side of the screen and chosen from all of the applicable drop downs, you will see your completed comment typed below. You can also see the word and character count of the comment. The next step is easily the most satisfying. Once you have completed a student's comment, you are going to click on the checkbox to the left of their name. This will let you know that you are done writing their comment, and it will also provide you with a progress bar to show you how far you have come. Periods comments are stored on that appropriate tab. However, it's very helpful to see all of the comments in one place. So to do that, you will go to the Finished Comments tab. So right now, I have done Miss Taylor Swift for the first grading period. Once the rest of the students are done, I can see them all in the column marking the grading period. Again, if you don't have 4 grading periods or you would like to rename these, you can either hide or rename the columns as you see fit. Any students' comments that need translated into another language, you will scroll over to the right. We're still on the Finished Comments tab. And under the language column, simply choose the drop-down that matches the language you need the comment translated into. It takes just a few seconds, and then that original comment, which is still here, is now under the translated comments column. Once your comments are complete, it is really easy to copy and paste them into your gradebook or whatever format you need to for your school. You can do this by either clicking Command C or Control C, and then either Command V or Control V to copy and paste. In addition, you could right click, choose copy, go to where you need to, and paste. Now, this is a product that you can use year after year after year, and it's only going to get easier because your comment bank will continue to fill up. But at the end of each year, you will most likely have to reset some of these sheets so that you can use it again. To do this, click on the Reset Sheets tab at the bottom. Now, there are some instructions that you will need to follow the very first time you run these programs. These are apps scripts, which are programs written by myself, not by Google. So because of that, it will ask you to authorize that script. These steps walk you through doing this, and you only have to do it once. Once you have done that, you will be able to click on any of these buttons to run the scripts. Make sure you're not clicking on them unless you're definitely ready to clear out that sheet. So if I am ready to add a different set of students, I have my students here. I can simply click on the Reset Students button. You'll notice that it says Running Script across the top. And it's finished, so I'm going to go back and check. They are gone. If I want to reset my first grading period, I can similarly go to Reset Sheets, reset the first grading period. That script is running, and when I go back to that tab, I'll notice that all of the comments that were in the first grading period will be gone. Thank you so much for purchasing this. I hope that this report card comment generator saves you time and makes your life easier. Find me on social media or reach out to me with any questions or comments. Thanks.